I just finished moving into my new place and I have my upgraded internet this time so I can broadcast at a higher quality. This time around I'm playing Monster Hunter World. It's a dying game. People are starting to move off of it, so it's hard to find online players that'll play with you. But the game still has its charms. My character uses a little bit of everything. I don't stick to one set of weapons. I change depending on the type of monster I'm fighting. Or just because I feel like it, really. I'm proficient in about 2 or 3 of them, and not so good on others. I like the charge blades of any kind. Lets me power up my weapons when I switch to a heavy. For any of you who don't know how this game works, I'll actually run through the basics with you when the game starts. A lot of the stuff you see me using, you won't get till about later in the game. I'm not that far into the story mission, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. So I'm so close to the beginning to mid-half. I hear there's quite a bit of monsters to kill, so I haven't met them all. After I did some research online, I know I'm not even close to finishing the game. Come on, load already. Run out of things to talk about here. Alright, so this is my character. His armor is all mixed and mashed. He looks like a complete retard, but there's reasons for it. Every time you log in, you get a lucky vouchers, which increases your rewards at the end of a mission. And a random item. At your item box, there's change equipment, sell items, crafting list, and manage items. The interesting thing about the crafting list is that, see those check marks over there on the left next to the items? It lets you auto craft. The moment herb and potions come up, yes I am. Like to join me on a couple missions? Would you like to join me on a couple missions? My HR right now, give me a minute, it's been a little while. I'll help you, I'll push you through then. I'm like 9. If you want to just post whatever on the help board, I'll join you whenever I'm able. It's fine. Alright, hunting a Pookie Pookie. Yeah, at my base level, those things are quite easy for me to kill. So I can probably just wreck them for you. You can just stand back and watch. What weapon do you use? A heavy bowgun? That's perfect for support. I think there's a healing ammo for it too. It's really good for support. I can't remember if it was the light machine gun looking one or the heavy duty one, but one of them has healing ammo you can make. Lets you heal your allies. I'm uploading this broadcast on YouTube at under TormentedUndead. If you want to look up yourself. Alright, waiting at the crest board for you. A Pookie Pookie. I think the camp number 11 will be closer to the Pookie Pookie. If I remember correctly, his spawn location is supposed to be right under it. Are you trying to hunt a Pookie Pookie so you can make a stronger weapon, or going for the armor? Okay, for anybody who's watching and hasn't played this game before and hunted a monster, when hunting monsters, they leave trails on the ground that you can find. One of these, they'll be lit up by these green bugs. When you pick them up, the bar on the right will appear and slowly go up. I've hunted this monster enough times that just picking it up once or twice would just send me on my right path. But usually there's a bar over there on the right. When it gets up to about the second bar, you can track the monster. When you get it up to about third bar, you track it and you gain a big bonus on your research level, which you can use to make camps and stuff like that. My weapon is called a charged axe. It's slightly different than other weapons. It has a ability to change blades. In turn, it changes the way the weapon works. So right now I'm using the axe half of it. It has a typical swinging attack combo, and then a berserker swinging rage combo as well, which costs damage. It has a sword option here, that exhausts the bar up there on the left. It offers faster swinging and a special ability when you hold triangle and circle. Let you stab the enemy and then charge it up for a heavy blast. Which is good for blowing up creature parts. It's a weapon that's very well suited and taking out huge enemies. The item, Health Booster, you can get later. After finishing a few quests, it'll become available for you. It increases your health regen while in the vicinity of it. And if they come across another large monster, depending on the monster's temperament, they could either fight to the death or chase the other one off. For the Pookie Pookie standard, it's a coward. So when it finds another monster bigger than itself, it'll run away. So it's better to fight the Pookie Pookie by itself because then you have a hard time chasing it down. Blasting attack also has a good ability to knock giant creatures out of the sky if you hit them in a vulnerable spot, such as the wing or the face. I've done that a couple times with a drake or a dragon wyvern. See, here's a second monster down there, the Great Tigress, one of the first monsters you ever hunt. Fairly weak considering the other monsters you fight. But I believe he's small enough that Pookie Pookie will fight him. Yep, Pookie Pookie will fight him. If you read the descriptions on the Pookie Pookie, it says he bullies smaller creatures, but runs away from creatures that are bigger than it is. You can gain that information by slaying Pookie Pookies, following their footprint, and reporting back to the research center. You can gain information on not just their habits, but also their weaknesses. They can give you detailed reports on not just like what their attribute weaknesses are, but weaknesses specifically for their certain body parts of the body, such as their wings might be weak toward severing items, their head might be weak to one item. It gives you a thorough understanding of the physique as well. You what? What about the armor? Where did the Pookie Pookie go? Ah, there it is. One of the things about Monster Hunter World is that the monsters don't have life bars. You can tell their state of their body based on the heartbeat at the bottom left corner when you're tracking them. When it starts off in, I believe, blue or green, and then the heartbeat, the bars going up and down, slowly go smaller and smaller and smaller. And then you know he's about on his deathbed when he goes to sleep or eat, and then there's skulls coming off him from that. physical weapons take damage over time. You use this whetstone to repair it. I quick slotted my whetstone, so by holding L1 and clicking up, it'll automatically use the whetstone. You can use the terrain to your advantage, such as this here. If you run straight off this cliff, your character will automatically jump onto the vines. I made the mistake of trying to press X to jump on him, and I never made the jump. If you keep running, he'll automatically jump and save you the jump. There's also many other things inside this world that you can use to your advantage. There are natural traps available, such as this giant-ass rock above me. You can do significant damage when you use your launcher. So as long as you're under this giant-ass rock I'm standing under right now, you can use your launcher, hit it, it'll fall down on top of you. And do an insane amount of damage. Another thing is that if you really don't want to get hit by an attack, I use this for wyverns or dragons, you can use your launcher to grab onto these bugs up here and fly around the map until you can jump on top of them. How many more of these do you need? Alright. Yep, no problem. Yeah, I'm uploading down to YouTube, but I believe my internet just cut out. TormentedUndead, the badass noob. I play a little bit of everything. No problem. Sorry for that pause. Alright, so I joined my own server this time. Keeps me from getting distracted from other players, sorry about that. I know you can't hear them, so I try to avoid talking to them. Just because it's no fun only hearing one half of the conversation. I know how that is. So, something like this. I'll start this one here. And I'll start from the first camp that you go to when you get here. And I'll go through the beginning of how it ends up. Starting out. Now, from what I was going on before, before I was distracted before, is that in the crafting list, the check marks, when you click them on the check mark, it has an auto crafting option. So the moment you have what you need to make them, they are automatically made on the go. So if you're just running through the map and pick up a few items on the way as you go, you'll slowly start accumulating items, not just herbs and honey and everything else. They will be made into usable items right then and there without having to go through the menu and doing it yourself. Now, even though maintaining a weapon with a whetstone is kind of annoying sometimes, because when your weapon starts to lose its grade, or weapon grade, highest is highest damage you can get without any deflects. You'll get deflected if you hit heavy armor on a monster, of course. But when it starts to go down, your weapon attacks will start to deflect on the normal skin of the monsters. And if it gets into the red, almost every single one of your attacks won't follow through. It'll be deflected back at you. So it's always good to keep your weapon in tip-top shape. For a gun, even though you don't have to use a whetstone to keep it in tip-top shape, you exhaust various types of ammunition, which can be recovered by crafting. Like wyvern ammo, as long as you have the dragon strike nut, which is a hard to find item to begin with. Recover ammo, you use potions, and a normal ammo, you automatically make it, so you can recover your team's health. Exhaust ammo lets you wear down the monster's stamina, so he drops a little easier and tries to run away. Sleep to knock him out, paralysis, poison, and dragon ammo. Dragon ammo is pretty good for either heavy damage on normal or lethal damage for anything that has to do with the dragon attribute. Slicing ammo is like using a sword at long distance. It causes slicing damage that can sever parts of a monster. Flaming, water, thunder, and freezing ammo should be self-explanatory. They each do their respective elemental damage. It's the same as the dragon ammo. Pierce ammo is good for trying to shoot through thick-skinned monsters. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass. Spread ammo is like a close-range shotgun spread. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it keeps off the smaller ones up close. Sticky ammo is ammo that when you fire it sticks to the height of the monster and detonates a couple times, causing a few explosions and even stuns them if used appropriately. Trank is supposed to be used to knock him down and out to knock him out, but some monsters require such a large amount of trank that it's almost useless to try. Some creatures are even resistant against sleep, paralysis, poison, power. Not power, power just increases your damage. And trank. Same thing for the bow. You make these blast coating, sleep coating, paralysis coating, poison coating, and power coating for use of the bow. The difference between the bow and the gun is that the bow can't use all the coatings. Some of them are removed from use. While with the gun, you can literally have everything in this list in your inventory and switch as you feel like it. There's a lot of different various items in here, and it's up to you to decide how you want to use them. So I'll run you through the basic idea of the first quest. Even though it's self-explanatory, I'll show you a fight with one of the creatures you need to fight in the first quest as well. So in this quest, the first quest when you first arrive here, you just got off the back of that giant elder dragon that looks like lava. You end up traveling this way. There's an herb here, automatic potion, and honey, which gives you an automatic mega potion. You come in here, get attacked by those things there, and you end up making your escape that way, where you encounter this thing right here. Now compared to that time, this fight's a lot easier, because I am a lot stronger than I was before. My weapons are a higher grade. My armor is also much higher grade. That attack used to take off half my life, but now it's quite scratch. There's a fairly big difference between back then and now. As you can see, it only took me a couple seconds to wreck what's supposed to be a boss monster at the beginning. Now, even though it's easy to wreck that one, progressing through the story you find harder and harder monsters to actually kill. So even though it's easy now, like that one right there. That is a monster you don't want to piss off. Even I'm wearing a fighter right now. I'll fight it anyway, to show you, but I may not be able to destroy it. Go for his throat. Want to go for his throat. It's fire. fire ability a little bit. Really kind of fog's blinding him from me. If you jump up on the right, climb on top of it. Yeah, that's not bad. Something a little different in this game is that you can eat food to increase your overall power. Like that one there gave me 20 health, 25 stamina, and a medium boost in defense, which will last for about equivalent to an entire quest, sometimes even 2. After you started tracking a monster, it'll be marked on your map. The red arrow pointing down suggests that it's below your current height. The green arrow pointing up suggests that it's actually above you. Now, even though I fought the monster, right down here, the battleground was actually supposed to take place over here. My luck get paralyzed myself there. Certain traps you can use against monsters can also be used against you. So watch out. Not the other background. That's my top priority right now. fight each other. Anyway. Move. You're making my prey get away. Another way to tell that a monster's about to die is that when it starts to limp away. It's also a way to tell that creature's about to die. Only boss level creatures run away and try to sleep it off. Creatures of normal strength like this don't really have that habit. They either fight you or run away in general. They don't really have a specific place to head to. But for boss level monsters, each one has a specific, I guess I should say, nesting ground that they always return to when injured. If you know where it is, sometimes you can even beat them here. You leave traps where they get you. It's especially effective when you know what monster you're hunting. You can go back to their home nest, place quite a few traps down, and then go find the monster, hunt them, damage them enough, and when they come back, they'll be either trapped or paralyzed. And if you did enough damage, something like that could actually cause you to capture the monster instead of killing it. It's one of the harder things to do, is to capture, not kill a monster. Since they don't have a life bar, it's quite so hard to capture, not kill. And you don't know when you're overdoing it. That's why it's better to wait for them to get back to their home and then place a trap down. You should be able to always carry two: a pitfall trap and a paralysis trap. Either trap can be used to capture the monster, but they have to be almost dead before you can capture them. No exception. Otherwise, it just stops them from moving for a while. I don't want a new quest. Not from here. Return, thank you. Let me show you the social grounds. Well, it was supposed to be a social ground, but I don't think anybody used it. And if they did, they were probably just part of a squad, and they used it just for fun, because you don't have to use it. And honestly, it's actually kind of a waste of time to go up there, in my opinion. You could do everything else, the same thing, in the normal area as you can up there, except for there's no smith up there, and a couple other things aren't up there. Because here, research center is over there, monster encyclopedia is over there in the corner, the herbalist is right there between my horns. Right there with that exclamation mark above his head is the consumables merchant. Pretty much that's where you go when you want to buy more ammunition or buy supplies of various things. They have a bit of everything. Now, I didn't carve up the Jagras because it's such a low level, it's actually kind of useless for me to actually use the body parts from it. But up here is supposed to be the social ground. Same thing as down there, there's a canteen, which they serve food for you, your team, and everybody else who's here. You can quests, and you can have an arena. Arena is slightly different from quest, I'll show you in a minute. But when coming up here, you can also sit down so you can chat to your buddies, you know, actually look like a proper group. I'm sure this has some kind of significance, but since no one ever uses it up here, I don't think anybody actually knows what it is for. Cool thing is that you can have arm wrestling challenges. If you sit here like this with people around, someone might actually challenge you to an arm wrestling. I haven't actually been able to do it because no one would, you know, arm wrestle me. One of the best places to find a partner, however, is right here, because they enter and exit from right here. Here's a provision stockpile. Same thing as the merchant down there. So I guess I do have a bit of everything, except for a smithy. Including being able to depart on missions from here. But what gets me is the smithy. There's no smithy up here. I spend more time at the smithy than I do at any other place in the game. I'm always trying to get better equipment. So the fact that there's no smithy up here, I deem this place pretty useless. No offense.
Aww.
So for an arena, it's different. You can't use your stuff. Like here's the Pookie Pookie. You're only allowed to use certain things to fight each creature. You can have up to 2 players, which would probably make it faster. The more players you have, the stronger the monsters are too. So it's balanced. Because you're supposed to be able to take out every single monster by yourself. You're supposed to be able to do that. So of course when other players join you on your fight, it changes it a little bit. A Buster Sword. Ah, perfect, this is the weapon I normally use. The equipment is not suited for this fight, however. Looking at his stuff, it looks like it's gonna be a long fight. Luckily, however, they do give you a decent amount of items. They give you I could have sworn they gave me traps. Where's my traps? Oh, well. Luckily, it's a weapon I'm familiar with. Now we have to be above the enemy and attack them. almost killed him. The reason why I couldn't tell was because in the arena, don't back down ever. Which makes it really hard to judge their life. See, I thought I still had a really long time to fight him. But in reality, he was actually almost dead. Run, hide, and try to recover their health. In the arena, they'd sit there and they will fight you at full strength the entire time. Which can be a pain in the ass sometimes. A great big pain in the ass sometimes. I forgot to check what rank I got that time.
Oh.
Was it better than 10 minutes last time? No. That still took longer than the fastest fight I could do. And well, that only leaves one more weapon. There's sword and shield, chains axe. There's only one more weapon I haven't used yet against him. How the hell can you defeat him in 2 minutes and 30 seconds with the weapons they give you?
Welcome, welcome.
Kind of confused by that, actually. Huh? I didn't know that existed. Small time bomb, huh? Well, now that I just bought some, explosives, I think explosives is the fastest way to do it. In my opinion, now that I think about it. Make a barrel bomb. I need Devil's Blight to make a barrel bomb. Huh, I wonder where Devil's Blight is at. Okay, where's the, there it is. Manage items. can't make a barrel bomb with the stuff in my inventory either. I figured out the use of that too. That's pretty good too. Let's see. Anything to increase my overall damage. Anything at all that can give me the upper hand, I'll take it. Send that over. Dragon strike nuts. Why do I have 40 of those? Barrel bomb. Damn. Okay. Need those. Need a few of these. Some of these. One of these. Some of these. Okay. I think I'm ready now. This armor suit. Diablo's power. This thing is pretty much designed to wreck. I've used that setup before. I had a stronger weapon, of course, but I've used that setup before. It does a lot more than just wreck. I'm not really proficient with a hammer, but I can deal with it. No. I'm not allowed to use my items either. Sorry, wasting my money. Okay. all that time. Successfully dodging the poison. Shorter than the other one, I know that much. Die! 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 Ground pound. Yeah. Boy. Come on. Tell me how good I did. Yeah, I got a new record. I got D's this time. Alright guys, I think I wasted enough of your time now. I know what I'm doing is fairly boring. I'm not really getting too much into the game right now. I apologize for that. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like. I'll see you again next time.